we the same and the way we God make mortal man. I go tell you now why I say so. It is very simple here. Way God make we give we characteristics them we make we living things. And by that characteristics then there. A very interesting for me kuna no say every one of them characteristics then they get for do with movement. Because change is about movement. Change is not static. When you talk about metabolism, that is breaking down process, now movement. When you talk about the response to stimuli, when something choke you, you go, oh, now movement. Where you develop from baby, infant, adolescent, youth, and adult, now movement. And when you reach adulthood, you still get for further get retrogressive changes. That is, the change to become reverse of what you do for Kande. You dey shrink, you hear the gray, you body the wrinkle. You never remain the same. You get for change. So change, it's inevitable. You can't stop it. And you talk about reproduction. Reproduction. Change of generations. Bringing the new generation while the old one elapse. Not change. You think for adaptation. Because if you're not living thing, you get for adapt. That means you get for make changes them, for make you able to live in your environment amicably. Like for instance, if place hot, you're not gonna continue for wear coat or wear jersey. You get for offload, take off your clothes, and possibly put air conditioner on or put electric fan on. Because it's hot. And when the place cold, you go turn off air conditioner, you turn off electric fan for make you go able for live within your environment amicably, comfortably. So change is a necessary phenomenon or phenomena. It has to happen. And living things them get within and called homeostasis. Within a homeostasis, now we the body they adapt to internal changes. Like for instance, if your circulation, the blood pressure low, blood not reach now your brain. If you know they get blood now your brain, you could be brain dead. So you dey faint, you dey fall down. So brain go reach now your brain. That's the body, they try for keep itself in equilibrium, that is in balance. And one of the most important one, locomotion. We dey move. We're not static. We dey move, we dey waka. We're not the one place. If mortal man not the waka, you are defective. If you know they move, you are defective. Then we go get aeroplane, we get motorcar, we get bicycle, we even get wheelbarrow, we get half back, we get shoes, all for facilitate movement. We are not made to stand still. You get excretion, you belly they move, you know the one place. Where you put the food, you digest them, you can you belly, you know you remain you belly, food within your belly for 4 hours, you get for move. They make in those days you they say, hey, you better they move. You don't go to yard. That is movement. Everything about mortal man is about movement. And I want to say this as an encouragement, as a wisdom key. Change. You prosper. You refuse, you go perish. So now that's the case they happen in Sierra Leone. People are perishing because we are refusing to change. It is looking like that. We know we get independence. 1961. To this date, we have not moved positively. All the changes are negative because we as a people, we not get a proper conversation yet as to which we need as a people. We don't refuse for live as a nation of Sierra Leoneans. Rather, we live in cocoons in our linguistic groups. That is our tribal groups, because when you say tribe, you can mix up. Tribe mean groups. Like Manchester United, a football tribe. Tottenham, a football tribe. Sheffield United, a football tribe. They get linguistic groups as well. Mende, na 1, Timni, na 2, Limba, na 3. Soso, Fula, Creole, Yalunka, Kono, all enter there in linguistic groups. But we are very much in with tribes than as a nation. And we need for take with time and come to the realization, say, for let a nation go grow, tribe must die. We have to kill the tribe that we have in us. That is the Mende, Timni, Limba, this, and forge a national identity. We already have it, but we know the practice them, because in Sierra Leone, when we travel, we all carry a passport. And that passport there, not a Timni passport, not a Mende passport, not a Soso passport, not a Limba passport, not a Creole passport, not Sierra Leonean passport. And with national anthem tell we say, high we exalt thee. What you exalt? Now something we lionize, something we idolize, something where you're proud of, something where you worship. Is that the case with Sierra Leone? No, we worship who tribes. Timni man worship Timni, Mende man worship Mende, Soso man worship Soso, Fula man worship Fula. But we neglect the space where we occupy. That is the Sierra Leonean space. So the characteristics of living things. Talk of locomotion. You talk about respiration. You talk about homeostasis. You talk about growth. You talk about reproduction. All these things points to one thing: movement. But why would they refuse for move? If you team up in a place, you know to stone, you know to tree, you know to house. If the environments where you did not conducive, if you move away from where you stand. We do them every day, unconsciously. We would take picture. When you team up, you pose. The cameraman look at you posture, and he tell you, say, oh, your posture is nice, but the background not look good. Turn this other side. That means to say, you dey change your position, forget a better background. Background. What's in the background look like in Sierra Leone? It's horrible. Hygienic. It is not functioning. But we still team up in the same place. We still there at the same place. Why? Is it the fact say we know they think? Is it the fact say we are a lazy bunch of people? Is it the fact say we just deliberately reluctant? And it is natural. People don't like change. But change is constant. When them born you, come out, you know, a baby way helpless. Your neck not even team up. After some weeks, your neck team up. In about 3 months, you dey sit down. In about 6 months, you begin to crawl. Then by the time we come close to 9 months, some people them quicker than others. You begin the waka. And you know they remain there. You they evolve, you they change, you they metamorphosize from one step to another before you be adults. Then we reach adulthood, you know they stop there. You still the change. And that process is called aging. So why do we accept the environment in which we day? Environment where they kill one another. This is basic homicide. Where they kill ourselves. We get people and we take delight, they enjoy for hurt the masses. And we know that the masses, now they want them where give the invested interest to politicians for make them act on their behalf. According to chapter 2 of the Constitution, it stipulates, it say, power belongs to the people. And from the people, governments, they derive them power. They derive their authority. So other than the governor, now we. But are we taking our responsibility seriously? Just like the politicians, we too are reneging in our responsibilities. Make I break this down. We as a people, our responsibility is a moral responsibility. Even as much as it is in the Constitution under the responsibility of the citizen, that is chapter 2, section 13, we say, we, the people, now we get for make sure, say the ideals of the Constitution come to reality. That means to say, anything within the Constitution, we the people, get for make sure, say, we hold the one them where the Constitution give the responsibility for function in their role in there. Who are them people there? Civil servants, members of parliament, the judiciary, the police, the press, and the executive. You see, forget balance of power. You can forget independent judiciary, independent parliament, and you can forget free press. If we don't do that, we are stuck like we are now. And these are all the reasons why we know they change. We say we get independence. What will be the reason for make we get independence? Now for let we all we own our just spoon. We cook we own food for ourselves. We shape we own food. And we make sure say we cook what we want for it. Not to wait man they can get waiting for it again. Not to then go tell you what to for it, how we for it and when we for it. And now we get the sole responsibility for protect we borders, the security of we land. we don't do that. You see, strangely, waiting happen at Sierra Leone after independence, so-called independence, where we really not be get, waiting will be get. Nah, a transfer of power from the white colonialists to the black colonialists. The educated classes we participated in that process land book, so they feel to say they are superior to the general population. Just like how the white man and be they say they're superior, they were a minority, then control everything, where we brother and take power. They become the new colonialists. And then see and say it would be very disadvantageous of them for make them dismantle the colonial machine. Within the colonial machine, the divide and rule enterprise. Within the Whitman be done put together like the Bandajuma forces, a very bad police force, where they be used for beat people, wound people, bully people, suppress people. We still get the Bandajuma forces. Where are the Sierra Leone police force? Where police officer they team up, they look you, tell you for say. The police, then they are for support the government of the day. That is not what the police is meant to. The police is there to protect every Sierra Leonean, include the president and the poorest person in that country. Because according to the constitution, we are all under it. From the president, take him to the lowest person. We are under the constitution. No one is above the constitution. Everybody for participate in making the constitution a reality, just like it says in section 13. Make sure say we hold the ideals, we make the ideals then come to reality. Well, now, change will only happen if we are deliberate. We no go just sit down. The same people, those that are meant to protect us, those that are meant to organize the environment in which we live, provide healthcare, provide good roads, create an environment for growth, empower the population by transforming them economically, socially, psychologically, and otherwise. They would have done it to start when they take over from the white colonialists. Then forbidden take down within a call the divide and rule enterprise. But they maintained it because they want to continue the same trajectory as the white man. And this is what is happening still now. So by rights, we not get independence. We still get the colonial masters in black skin. Look at what's happen around us. But we could only change that where we the Sierra Leoneans then come from our caucuses. And we begin to think, say we get for kill tribe and think Sierra Leone. And begin to make decisions them where get the hallmark Sierra Leone. But we only form one, form two, the small biology where we do. Now we look at the life cycle of an insect. The insect, they lay the egg, From the egg, it go to caterpillar. From caterpillar, it go to pupa. It pupate. From pupa, it turn to adult. It's not static. Why we choose for remain at the same place? We dey grow physically, but we no dey grow emotionally. We no dey grow developmentally. Look at Sierra Leone. If we make a comparative analysis, where is the change? It has not been progressive. It has been retrogressive. All the things that we had, we don't anymore. Even if we do, they are not better. They are poorer. And that is the reality. To an extent, Sierra Leonean will tell you that the case of we beloved country, the land where we say high, we exalt thee. Yesterday, always better past today. We'll be the crop, we get pumped in a street, treated water, typhoid not be in existence, cholera not be in existence. As the water system deteriorate, we begin to get cholera and fire gas first come. That is the late 70s to early 80s. Then now, when it comes to Pakabaite, we begin to get typhoid. Typhoid starts, take play, and as chroma come, typhoid continue, eradicate them, make any plan for deal with the typhoid issue. Madabi come inherits the same. We still get typhoid. Anybody now, not typhoid, then get. And what's not typhoid? Simply, the water table get excrement, dirty, clean. When you're not government, now your responsibility for make people and get drinking water. If you're not able to provide basic, fundamental like water, I will see that, I will talk that, and I will say that with conviction, saying a human rights violation. So this is how these people are violating your rights. And are you just going to sit there, accept it? All countries in the world, we then get repressive government, then get abusive government, then get incompetent government, then get government where not the meet criteria, not the meet purpose, the people in the rise. And even for rise, you get two choices for make. It can be violent, it can be non-violent. Revolution starts where the population get a common belief. As it says in Amos 3:3, two can work together only if they agree. Now, only where we agree, every Sierra Leonean, from all linguistic persuasion, all tribal persuasion, all groups, everybody agree, say, this is not how we would love to live our lives. This is not the mandate we gave to these people to represent on our behalf. When I all come together with one focal point, with one focus, with one standard, say we no go take them. Minima say mwe luma, mwe pe, yeji, mwe luma yima. Why happen nunga jisi ate move away? Timni mangu se susules be angi se kashiranga, meaning we go resist them. It's back bashing. It has to reach that point. Binde man don't say gweluma, timni man don't say se bashengi. Kuman say we're not gonna take this this one, we're not gonna encourage them, we not go take we tire. But this is pass bo. How much longer we go wait? How much longer we go take shot and abuse? They accept the diary, no. They want accept them pass mark. We not go take them again, we not go take them today, we not go take them tomorrow. Meaning there has to be resistance, and we not go only resist, we not get a commonality in our belief. But Sierra Leone, as it is, we as a people, we for exalt we country. Waiting with the exalt. Now friendships, relationships, family, with cronies, patronage, and that is not helping us for let we able synchronize things, let we able calibrate, let we able forget we self in the place where we need to be. Because as a people, we get for defend what is right. But that's one thing we don't do anymore. Which would it do? Would it defend with paddy? Would it defend with famble? Would it defend with schoolmate? Would it defend with townsmate? Would it defend with tribal mate? Would it defend with cousin? Or we defend who that would it benefit from? By doing so, we did neglect we moral obligation and duties for let we facilitate the changes that we need. Because if me brother repel something, all of a sudden I don't develop crossy eye. All of a sudden I don't get jig in my eye. I know the see until we Creole man do oh, you see that Creole them bad off, then this, then that, then that. All man they talk, all man they holla. Thief! Not to pardon themselves. Because you see, I met a wise guy once that told me, life you get for always day in retrospect. When you deal with people, always look yourself with 2 eye and look other people with 1 eye. When you look yourself with 2 eye, where you see all your faults, you could tolerate other people and you could understand. Say, other people and get challenges. You could begin to get empathy, feelings for others. All man they talk with what's wrong. But nobody know how to come out of their comfort zone. You cannot change without doing what they call sacrifice. You gotta give to receive. Nothing is for nothing. That means empty, cough no day. You see, I can tell people about African adages. They are powerful. One very popular one says, they say if the rhythm of the drum changes, the dance steps must adapt. If the rhythm of drum beat changes, the dance step must adapt. That means to say, if butter a rhythm change, the dance movement go also change. Wetin make we own bata dey change, but we still dey dance the same dance? Why? The bata na Gumbe. Gumbe get a dance. Why would the dance Walsh? When the drums change from Walsh to reggae, you get to make adjustments. Look at what we have. Now so we go. Then he tell me the same old story. Then they put things that were beautiful on paper. But the reality remains crooked, awkward. Is this how we're going to live? Or are we as a people going to draw a line and say, nah, this line is the line of no return. We are not going back to this. And we should do like Moses did. Let our people go. They did it in France, the French Revolution. They did it in Russia, the Russian Revolution. They did it in Cuba, the Cuban Revolution. They did it in South Africa. They had their revolution. They resisted. They struggled. But they only did that because they agreed amongst themselves. This is not what we want. We should put this behind us. We should all agree. As a people, we need to change positively to encapsulate the wishes and aspirations of every Sierra Leonean. Regardless which tribe you come from, your religious persuasion, we should be treated the same. What is the purpose? Follow the life I will say for the sing national anthem. We know they understand now. With profit. We don't even understand the national anthem. We don't even get a clue. Say, I will exalt thee, realm of the free. Exalt. Something where you idolize, something where you lionize, something where you reverence, something where you appreciate, something where you love, where you cherish. We cherish the country. Now we sit down and rip them apart. Very few people, very misguided people, very selfish people, they mess up with surrounding. They mess up with country. They give Chinese yanda. They give America yanda. They give Guinea yanda. Guinea don't take yanga. We sit down, they look. After we then sign the Atlantic Cordial, all the island them by Conakry, we give them an abo. That is Sierra Leone. That is latitude 10 degrees. It be there in Sierra Leone. But then did a reciprocal arrangement we then call Atlantic Cordial. With that small spots there, in that Kailan area, they then give we as a compensation for the island in Wowoki, Guinea. Now they swap from the British to the French. The documents are there. Waiting with academic, then they do. Waiting with lawyers, then they do. You see, it is not by accident that God made us to be a specialized unit. Everybody in a society gets their defined role. Lawyers have theirs, tailors have theirs, doctors have theirs, imams have theirs, pastors have theirs, teachers have theirs. Why? Because they all they work for the common good of the nation. Lawyers can look through the document and they intellectuals can look through the document and they find exactly who owns who or who owns what and bring and come at the international court. All the lawyers that we get, plenty. We are subscribed with lawyers. But you see, with lawyers, they're not interested in their natural role for dispense justice. Doctor then they for dispense healthcare. medicines. Lawyers dispense justice. We don't have a just society because all the lawyers they want to go inside politics. Then they feel in their responsibility in creating political equilibrium, political balance. Now the lawyer their responsibility for do that. When they say balance of power, lawyers, that mean the judiciary. Because some man go talk, say, oh, the judiciary is not judge, lawyer, and the judiciary not the same. That is total baloney. Alligator and Kundu are the same family. No matter what you say, they are both reptiles. Lawyer and judge are the same thing. The judge may be the alligator. It is a bigger, top hierarchy. The Kundu is small compared to the alligator. No matter how Kundu big, you not like alligator. Alligator and Kundu no ever wear the same size jacket. It's not possible. But no matter how you degrade the status of the Kundu, he too is reptile. So if you get a bad lawyer, it will end up being a bad judge. A good lawyer will be a good judge. But Sierra Leone, they produce very bad lawyers. And to start with, from the days of old, where we get people like Albert Magai, people like Batan Macaulay, Kendurin, Gashon Collier, Lawyer Navo, Abu Koroma, YDCC, they all left. They could go join PMP because they feel say they were bourgeois, they were more important than the other people in the SLPP. In 1958, they left. And we see the role we Batan Macaulay play for make the unusual suspect become the prime minister, where you get other people that will not ever desert the party. They never desert SLPP. They were there working and building up the party and the country. But they strayed because of their greed, because of their magu-magu, because of their BI, because of their babati. They stray for Google form PMP, People's National Party. He came back, a brother died. Sadly, he died just after the 3rd anniversary of we independence. We get to independence on the 27th of April, 1961. Actually, if you look at the documents, we political class be once, we independence for be the 7th of December, 1960. It was the governor, Cadway. No, MacLeod. It was MacLeod that said no. And he's the one that proposed 27th of April. Other than that, 7th of December would have been our Independence Day. And the implications of that, that would have been the birthday of the Prime Minister, Sam Hilton. That's his birthday because he was born on the 7th of December. And that show from time, political leaders in our country, no, they think about a nation building, then they think about building a personality. The purpose is always lesser, is of lesser value to them. Within they put us, their priority, always, not themselves, their personality, their ego. Within they do for themselves. So let me just say, MacLeod would have accepted. Ian MacLeod would have accepted the proposal that they wanted us to have our independence in the 7th of December. That means our independence would have fallen on the birthday of the first prime minister, and the first prime minister birthday for the celebrate. Isn't that weird? Anyway, we ended up getting independence as the governor proposed when the 27th. And after the third year, that is 1964, April 27th, exactly a day after the third year celebration, then the first prime minister passed on. Even that one day, draw. The man, them way, would have been natural successor. Khalifa Smart and Sanise Mustafa, they've both acted as prime minister severally. Life would boast and say, well, a brother, if he could find for them again, because the lawyer, may not be the high-flying lawyer in those days, but Macaulay, go help them for concoct flimsy excuses. And he was not even the leader of the party. All the senior members, them 40 of the MPs, them went to YDCC's house and they make petition. And petition fell on Doc's back. They don't listen. So these habits already happen. They change. Why? Because when NTR happen, the people know they get outraged. Then sit down and they look, then fold their hand. Because then they wait for somebody else from outside or from above. Divine God go condom. God not involved in political matters. God don't give you dominion on this earth. Don't give you the power for we make decisions for ourselves. Now make God give you within a call. The will. Free will. The will to decide within we want. Even for be a worshipper of God, God not force you. It is up to you. And I make with God make this earth. He put everything that is world before we come, so we get everything ready for us. But unfortunately, we still live on the Garden of Eden syndrome. Within a place, everything ready for we just pick and eat fatty. We know how to make decisions. We always wait other people to make decisions for we. Well, that is never going to happen. If we want change, we get for one time. We get for cherish them. We get for be hungry for change. We get for team up and demand them. It is our right. Then say, how we exalt the realm of the free. That is, how we exalt. We lionize, we idolize this country. The land of the free, the land outside free people and they, the location, we free people and they. That means we are freeborn. But we choose for live comfortably under bondage. We are being kicked in the teeth, slapped in the face, spat on. Where's the outrage? Before then, the old day with the audio, them people and they take the same bata. We know what's not the problem. The question now, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to sit there and be mediocrates, accept any kind nasty, any kind dirty, any kind fiti, any kind rubbish? Oh my goodness, this not play cook. We still play a die. We play Boskidi. Oh, we play church or hide and seek. When we go grow up, take responsibility for ourselves. This is our country. We have all of these things. The country now a pizza where we all get for shape. How come now some people and nobody eat man the pizza? Man and they go sign contracts them. What are the benefits the country? Can you imagine the kind of money where then they take for diamond? Go, then give few millions, then say mine as much as you want. Isn't that reckless? I don't know, then just the pool. Loads of trains, cargoes, they go. But they reflect on the people in life. Who side the money they go? But we not go ask now, say, who side the money they go? You see, when I see a leader, I know him. When I see idiot, I also know him. But we get the combination of the two now in country. Leader then when are idiots. And when then two then they mix in leadership, a disaster. But that makes Sierra Leone turn to crime scene. Sierra Leone turn to disaster. We don't get political leaders and where they manage with economy, where they manage with society, where they manage with weaknesses, where they manage the environment now we country. What do we get? We get political damages, psychological damages, social damages, financial damages. These people are damages. Are we going to continue to sit there and watch them damage, pillage? Our country like they have done for the last over 6 years. Mind you, let us don't delude ourselves. We were under the same bondage under the white man for a whole whopping 150 years. From the 17th century, with the English then can our country, with the whole we usai bobo no de beer. We just know why? How long we go depend that? We not go knock the hand say, boy, you so. We not go knock the hand say, do. We not push. They say, John, give me go jigari come. Make John no say jigari come, that we eat into them. That we masticate them. But for 150 years, which man don't abuse we. Then they hand over to our brother them. Where they try for replicate what's in the which man and do pan we. Then when we brother, wait for them for we don't change the system to an Afrocentric system where reflect we beliefs, where reflect we character, where reflect we attitude and we mentality. No, they didn't do that. Instead, they maintain the status quo, which is the divide and rule system. Continue for kick we. Continue for use the police against we. Continue for use the army against we. Use the judiciary as a weapon against the people instead of administering justice. That is their role. They're failing to do that. Doctors, they fail in their role. Instead of them administering medication and care, then they extort money from the people and exploit the people in pocket. Engineer them. They are not engineer, they are engine far. Engine far from the motor. When they want to make road pass, then go take engineer them from Senegal. Senegal is an African country, but they can make roads. Our engineers, all big top, all babachi, all yonka. Kita di atitima, tade lo mumate baku imi ati, then I baku them, baku. That is then I bombard them, get crank. But the reality is, one of the weakest link, the intellectual class. All the problems that we get, the reason we make one get change. We not wait for engineer change, wait for encourage change, wait for educate, emulate, conscientize, encourage the people them for change their perception, how they see things and how they do things. Now they help for keep them bottom mango. Turn them to chaff, charm them and beat. Once again, Uno kalkayeke monomonger. That is a timely adage. You will roast monkey, now you monkey they show you teeth. Now we roast monkey, and I made them people there they show with teeth. It is about time Sierra Leoneans take upon their responsibility. And how they go do that? Forget about party intoxication, party obsession, party addiction. Sierra Leoneans are so desperately addicted to APC, addicted to SLPP, intoxicated in APC, intoxicated in SLPP, and addicted to these parties to an extent. Then it's self-sabotage. Look at the state of the country. And it's always sad. These people are busy convincing you that we are improving. Una not say we not improve, because if you do great works, people would feel it. They will see it. You see, the world where we live, everything around us, we need to God make. An engineer they make up. Waiting engineer they don't make. Waiting engineers in Sierra Leone don't make. We Senegal, and then they come in Senegalese engineer and then they can make road in Sierra Leone. What are our engineers? What have they made? Our agriculturists, we get for buyers from other country. We able to feed ourselves. We get agriculturists everywhere. Meaning agriculturists, I get able masters in agronomy and plant pathology. I get a PhD in plant breeding. But we still not able to feed with people there. But yet they go coping. Besides Davis Nicol, whose research any Sierra Leone scientists don't do. Besides Monty Jones, which scientists, you look at the amount of people and when they come out, they talk about double masters, being a professor, this, being a professor, that. You know, they reflect. 1 + 1 is 2. Anytime when they say 1 + 1 and 1 who they see. Then they lie with through their teeth. They tell me for say everything is hunky-dory. Everything gonna be all right. No, it's not gonna be all right. It would only be all right when we the Sierra Leoneans and begin to take notice and begin to say, we not agree. So let's be sakashirga. Moi luma, moi pay. Et moi luma. We not agree. We not go do them. We not go take them. But we sit down there like dustbin. Then you throw it dirty with the sweller. We don't turn bearing ground. Anything we go inside, now they come out. Times are hard. But other country them. They create avenues for them people them. Other country them. Then they give tax breaks for them people them. That's what you call government. But the sad thing about Sierra Leone, we not get government, we not get opposition. So there's no balance. Just like how we not get judiciary, we independent, we not get parliament with balance. Then we get a dictator. We get an all-night pocket. The one them way they put in my pocket, they no jump come out. No one lawyer, no jump come out. I know they go inside. They all go fit inside the pocket. But more. Kalas ready. Tap. They full up the better. Lock them out. Then they come out now. As you see, then they go. Then they lick their hand at the expense of you and I. But you, will they look me? When we all could decide for come under the underseller, we really come the car with the council. For let we get together, take responsibility seriously, what they call moral obligation. This moral obligation, now in the tackle, the one that we get, the statutory obligation. For let we get the balance. Life is about balance. It's about movement. That's what change is all about. Change just don't come. But if change comes by itself, it is brutal. Because change you to prosper. If you refuse, you will perish. Because where you get changes that we not prepare for. It's very gruesome. It's very dire. So why don't we organize ourselves? Revolution is about us organizing ourselves. It's about us coming together as a people. Say, hey, we don't want this anymore. Hey, get out. They just did it last week in Thailand. They just got rid of their leader. We could do that and get what you would call caretaker government. Make them prepare the grounds for let we get stability and we get a proper working system. Then we go hold the people them way, rig we last elections, like corner them accountable, put them outside them belong, because Kane was given a statutory, that means a legal role, a legal responsibility, and he was paid on top of it. The man gets the audacity, he get the guts. He looked 8 million people that they yai, that they face. Koro one telling say he no get results for we. We say don't they look up. Who that for blame? You know they blame Kone. Kone did it because he knows he can get away with it. If we're ready for change, whenever somebody do things them, we don't meet criteria. We hold them accountable. We deal with them accordingly. We set a precedent of no nonsense. And then country there, then call them deterrent. Would they deter the people and would they do the things them way not acceptable? All the time they use the word, they are not civilized, they're not civilized. But I don't even know the meaning of the word civilized. Civilized, not supposed to get fine car, not supposed to get the biggest house in town, not supposed to go England and come back. Civilized, a person where they conform with societal norms. Societal norm, it can be global, it can be local, but the rules then where they on ground. Like for instance, all man will say where they on, where you go, cover your mouth. You're gonna public, you yawn, you open your mouth wide open. That's not civilized. How did you go against the rule? The norms where everybody they expect, say, we get for fella like a fine tooth comb. You the cough, you not cover your mouth. You bop, you cover your mouth. Then you say, oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. That is civilized. But if you don't do that, you're not civilized. So if you're not a conform with societal norms, you're not civilized. So Sierra Leone, within our societal norms, we have a constitution. So we are not following it. We are not a civilized people. Think about it. Let us all think about it. If we are civilized, we would be using our constitution accordingly. If we're civilized, lawyers will be doing their responsibility, dispensing justice, holding people, bad boys, bad girls, accountable for their actions. They would not care whether you're an MP, whether you are the president, whether you are a policeman, a lawyer, whosoever you are. If you break the law, you would feel the long arm of the law. A law system will not discriminate. We are not civilized because doctors then, they are meant to save lives. Are they saving lives? No, then they enrich themselves, then they take money. While lives then they waste. The one that we're supposed to buy the medication for them work, then they use the money for build houses. So they don't dispense care. We only see that. We know all these things are happening. But once in the mondo, we, panikondo, we are glad. We sit down there, we take up. We say, but you know, change for you to pray to God like brother, they also then the shape you said they get you your mambo to man watch. And these are the adages that is bringing us lower and lower till we don't reach down that ground. Make I tell Sierra Leoneans, decide what we do so now. I grown with you. You ready for don't grown again? The only way for we don't have to go up. And how we could go up, now for let we gather ourselves, organize ourselves, take responsibility, and say no to bad governance. We say no to unconstitutionality. We say no to drugs in our country. We say no to bad mining contracts. We say no to APC and SLPP for decades of pillaging the country's resources. It's not theirs, it's all ours. How can we just sit there? They read, "How we exalt the realm of the free." How could we say that? If we exalt the country, we reverence them, we cherish them, we appreciate them, we'll not go sit down. The things that would happen in our country, they happen right before we, and do nothing. If you do nothing, don't expect anything. But we, not they do nothing, then we want for achieve. You know what in with people then say, move like a chameleon. Keep your eye on the past and the other eye on the future. Wake up here, Liwaka. Una watch him, not across here I get to. The year one they look behind, one they look before. So one year it gets under the future, the other year it gets under the past. Because it try for get an equilibrium. It try for navigate through life. For make it go do an inquiry as it move. For let it go put right, waiting it don't get wrong in the past. So something we don't sting them in the past, where it see them, it change course, it balance. We are not doing that. So how are we going to change? Changing of leaves reminds me that no season lasts forever. This is what I would say lastly to the one that will perpetrate all this wickedness by the people. Una not forget to they ask where they chap, they forget. But the tick where they receive, they not they forget. And for today, tomorrow, no condition is permanent. Road long take a junction. Anything that goes up, they can down. Una can down, una meet una gun, una go meet with swine. And whatever you get, it is deserving. Because when I don't put the people in through hell on earth, and the people are screaming very loud, let my people go. You see, you can't stop trouble from coming, but you don't have to give a chair to sit on. Trouble until you know they stop. But at the same time, you never get a chair for sit down. Because trouble is meant to pass. Trouble is inevitable. It will come. But when trouble visits you, never get a chair for sit down. We na amok with the trouble. Why is it that we are in this deplorable position? 8 million people were not able to say no. Where are the paramount chiefs? These are our customary leaders. Now they want them way, now the people them way, they protect with customs and with traditions. And quite a lot of them things there with them people there, they do what we call politicians or we academic class. They're sacrilegious. Why would not they come together like Bible and all the other 12 chiefs then did? Why is it that we get 12 districts then? APC can they add, SLPP can they add. From 12, we don't go 14, we don't go 16. Now we don't go 18. 18 districts. So by 2050, we don't get 22. And how will they get more districts? And so then they divide we even further for that we're not able Forget unity of purpose. Because for una get a revolution, una get forget unity of purpose. These elections, we them people then here mess up so. The man with the constitution give the mandate for let he make sure that electoral justice was the nucleus of our electoral process. Now the very man we take them apart. So we ended up with an elections we're not free, fair, transparent, and credible. And that mandate we the worker free, not straight. If we want change, short people should not be free. Not to American embassy or American ambassador for make that decision for we. Not to British for make that decision for us. Politics is local. It is us, Sierra Leonean. Sovereignty belongs to us. This is a sovereign material. This is a sovereign problem. We not discuss American vote. In fact, even where this American ambassador they can poke him out pan with business, pan with election business. Now a breach of the Geneva rules. He's not supposed to be participating actively in our politics. He's very involved. Who does that? Are we incompetent politicians? Followed by incompetent citizens. If you're not married man, you go allow your neighbor for can dictate now you what you for do as a man. That make you a weakling. No matter how poor you be, that space, now you forget authority there. We get elections. All international people tell we for say the election not free, not fair, not transparent, not credible. Then talk for say it is marred with statistical inconsistencies. Qatar Center tell we so. European Union tell we so. ECOWAS tell we so. AU tell we so. Irish then tell we so. New tell we so. The only people that will not believe so now we Sierra Leone them. But yet with the holla say, oh, the chief elections. Tipping elections, we know. What are we going to do about it? Are we just going to sit there being wimps all the time? Taking the slap on your face, the kick on your bottom? Are you not going to rise? Even in court, somebody has to come out and say, court rise! And everyone would ascend. It's about time we do that. Time is running out. The suffering is not going to get better. In fact, it's not acute anymore, it's chronic. Should we keep doing the same things we're doing, getting the same results? That's lunacy. We have to recalibrate. That's why when you go to a war, the army would retreat. Retreat, it means defeat, but also it means tactical move to reorganize. Change strategy. Pick the dead and the wounded and come back stronger to engage the enemy. It's about time we do that. I want to say this today. Sierra Leone, we need to grow up. We need to think Lamina Sanko, the man we give SLPP the slogan, one country, one people. That Creole man make that slogan there. And that man is the construct of the SLPP. Now him prevail on a wonderful paramount chief called by Farmatas. We join them in that crusade with the help of a progressive organization within Gets Not the North. We then call PEPU. We are the Protectorate Educational Progressive Union. We born SLPP in Cambia town. And the reason we make SLPP was made, now for me, they amalgamate the country, because Sierra Leone was divided into the Protectorate and the colony. The colony was superior to the Protectorate, and up till now, the kind of nonsense, they still kind of exist. And at that, Lamina Sanko no be want. Lamina Sanko wanted us to amalgamate. They made the votes na freedom from the 17th century. In fact, 1798, 9 women then first votes in Sierra Leone. But not to the Protectorate, not the colony. The colony get standards, then get everything. While upline, no be get nothing. No be a two-tier system. That's what Lamina Sanko wanted to change. Right now, as I speak, Lamina Sanko would be in his grave, twitching. Could he twist my grave? Because within it be want for happen in our country, how it be want for see we, not so will turn out for be. The man fights for our amalgamate that we get one pot. But 30 the all man get young pot. Mean the man get them pot, team the man get them pot, so man get them pot. It's about time we forget about individual pot and we get a one pot. That will therefore be hypocritical for travel with Sierra Leone and passport, but with mentality, na mean the mentality, na team the mentality, na so mentality, na crew mentality. Nobody better pass company, nobody superior pass company in Sierra Leone. There is nothing like Aristo. If one person are Aristo, we are all Aristos. If one person are Mungu, we all Mungu. We get for change with thinking. And one way for change. Now we mindset, we mentality. I enforce we for change. And that starts with me. That starts with you. Fambulem. Namika. Namiriko. Na Imran T. Setata. But before I go, I want to say thank you to the directors and administrators of this platform. Where give me the space for make ImranT's buffer talk on issues them with pertinent to we country. We they sing we love Salon, but we get for stop the rhetorics and start for walk the walk than talking the talk. That we hold them people there accountable and let's stop them in their tracks. ImranT this is Tata. Bye-bye.